Okay, we're live with another Cartridge Club Hangout. I am here with Cody so far. How's it going? I still don't know how to
Good,
intro this damn thing.
good. Other than having issues as usual. I
Yeah,
don't know what's going on. I
no,
was streaming earlier though, and it probably threw something off.
yeah, that would probably do it. Were you streaming last week, or was that just an odd instance?
No, I just was doing the Cartridge Club Game of the Month, so I was
Hmm,
streaming that for a little bit today, and probably gonna get back on and play some more later.
nice. Yeah, I haven't started Zelda 2 yet, which would be easier if my Switch wasn't having issues connected to the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I've never played it. I'm finding it pretty interesting actually. I'm kind of like, wow, this is a little deeper game than I thought. It doesn't seem like it'd be, but
Yeah,
as in, the tactical, you got to be like spot on. I don't know. It's cool.
yeah, like it's yeah, I don't really know much about it. People don't really talk about that one that much unless they're crapping on it being weird and different.
Yeah, I think I was talking to some guys in the stream earlier and kind of feels like it's an actual adventure game, you know?
Hmm.
Like you have to actually survive and actually, make a decision like do I keep going or do I back out or, stuff like that. It's good. I don't know. I mean, for the time, it definitely has a Metroid feel to it in a way, mixed with just a little more hardcore uh, difficulty, I guess.
Yeah. From what P1 was saying earlier about it, it sounded almost kind of like what Breath of the Wild's doing in certain ways,
Mm-hmm.
where it's kind of more, not more RPG-ish, but you know what I mean, where it's like you get like different levels for your attacks and all that.
Yeah. Yep.
Something beyond just the heart containers and other weapons and such. Granted, everyone calls Zelda an RPG anyway, so I don't really know what I'm talking about. I haven't played the earlier ones, more than a few minutes each. I know I need to get on that. Don't hate me.
I have beat the original Legend of Zelda a few times.
Sorry, I had to step away to grab a piece of paper.
Oh.
Need my Wi-Fi password so I can try and log into my other network. See if that works. Everything's going wrong for me today with the Switch. I don't know why. Hey,
Yeah, I've seen it.
Retropixel.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just saying hey to Retropixel in the chat.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're
The
on
one.
the YouTube one there. Let me get
Yeah.
in there. Yeah, retro. We were hanging out in Musty's stream last night, me and Retro, and I convinced old Retro to hook old Musty up with his. I gotta mute that. I had got Retro Pixel convinced to hook old Musty up with a better capture.
Hmm. Huzzah, it was the 5G network that wasn't working. We have internet.
Oh, you're using 5G?
Yeah, it was. And it was working just fine until today.
Huh. You guys got 5G up there, huh?
Yeah, well, my my modem does.
No.
It's not like a phone 5G. But it's a split modem, so it has two networks, a 2.4G and a 5G. So I was mostly using the faster one.
Man, I've been watching this streamer and like I started following him almost about the time he started streaming. And he has been like has this guy who comes into a stream that subscribes to him and they play a special sound when they show up in the
Mm-hmm.
stream, and it's the ending of the Mario TV show, and now it's stuck in my head.
Yeah.
One more step, do the Mario. It's
Yeah.
like that's been stuck in my head all day.
That's goofy but fun.
Yeah, it is, and it's just like, whoa, dude. And I'm like singing it and stuff, and it's like
Yeah,
I've lost it.
I missed that show in terms of just growing up. It was just wasn't on. Either not on here or not when I was just watching stuff as a kid. Then again, I was born in 1990, so that could be why.
Oh, you're 1990, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do some figuring here. So,
28.
jeez. I'd say something, but it'd be offensive, so I'm not gonna. I was gonna say something funny, but never mind.
Speaking of goofy but less fun, I checked the game that I was trying to get going earlier on the Switch. I found out the network issue because I couldn't update the firmware on it. Turns out, didn't need to. So that was all pointless. I could have been playing it the whole time.
Yeah, I got a package from Pink Gorilla coming, and it got shipped all the way to Pennsylvania. It like overshot me. It's like, what the heck? It usually gets to me in like 2 days.
Yoshi intercepted your package.
Yeah, it overshot me somehow. Went to Pennsylvania and says it's held up because of an emergency or something like that. It's like, what? Are you kidding me? And it's just a lot of manuals. Like I got some Sega CD manuals and Genesis and a bunch of the posters they used to pack in with the games. A bunch of those. I don't even know what's on them. You just tossed them in, and well, I paid for them, but and he had a lot of the Game Gear ones too. So it's like I'll take them. Eventually, when we get moved, to where we're going, I want to get all those framed and hung on a wall somewhere. But I want to press them first. I want to press them with some heavy glass.
Yeah.
I'm going to press them with some heavy glass so it pushes those creases out, and do that for, I don't know, however long it takes to get it straightened out the best it can. And then try to find a frame to do it. But I don't know. I mean, the frames don't ever match up, so I'm almost thinking about my one of my good friends here in town. His brother's an engineer, and he does a lot of 3D printing, and see if he'd print me off some borders. And then I know the guy who runs the glass business here in town. He said I could get glass pretty cheap. He's always got a lot of extra, I guess. So get some, just get a whole bunch for like ever many I want to do, and then frame them myself. Because if you send them off to get framed, I mean, just to get one of those old little Genesis style posters framed is like $50. It's like, what the heck? You guys are crazy through Ben Franklin. And so that's too much.
Yeah, mentioning having to get the creases out of a poster sent me two just bad flashbacks of needing to do that a couple times. One was when the Mega Man comic started coming out from Archie. I subscribed to just get it in the mail, and you can tell exactly where that went. Because the mail person that was delivering the comics, they just send them in a like plastic baggie, essentially, like a sealed baggie. No, not even a backing board or anything to keep them straight. Just the flat comic issue, which is dumb. But even dumber, the person delivering it would fold it up and shove it in the slot. So my copy of Mega Man #1, first printing, just giant crease down the middle. All right,
Yeah.
see you, James. But same thing with like several other issues there. I did not end up resubscribing for another year. But there was that, and with an actual poster, and flattening out with glass would have been a much better plan than what was actually done to my signed poster I got at the Mon Amarth concert. Uh, my mom said she'd get the creases out of the poster for me, and proceeded to use a steamer on it. Instead of getting the creases out, it popped the poster into 4 pieces. And
Yeah.
that was a poster signed by the entire band. Whoops. That was something to talk about.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff I've seen this week, like that Dragon Fantasy. Limited runs doing that. I don't know if you ever played the Dragon Fantasy on the PS3. I don't know if that even was released somewhere else down the road, but they're pretty much like a Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy like game. Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I've seen
And they're
them, but I
short.
haven't played them.
And they're short. I'm not sure what this total limited run release is gonna have, but it's gonna have it's just called the Volumes of Westeria. And I know that there was a couple released on the PS4. So
Isn't that
um
isn't that the was that created by the same person that did in Minecraft?
no, it's Muteki is the name of it. They,
Okay.
for all
Good.
I know, this is their smash hit, you know.
Okay. Good. I thought it was that person for a moment there, and I am glad it isn't.
Yeah. But the character looked really goofy. I remember playing it back in the day, and I've just never got caught up with the series. And I think this would be a great way to do it, as opposed to going through the store and buying each one individually. And then I think there was even an exclusive Vita one. So hopefully they'll get all the games in their each game. I mean, I'm not sure which ones are all there, because I keep seeing Dragon Fantasy Volumes of Wisteria and Dragon Fantasy The Tomb of Black Ice. So I'm guessing there's, I can't remember what the one I played on PS3 was. And that's the thing, is like I hope it's that one. It was like book 1, book 2, book 3. And if it is all of them, I'm pretty pumped, because I haven't played the other ones.
Yeah, that would be cool. I had to turn my video off for a second because I need to lean into my computer to get a symbol. I just didn't want my face directly up against the camera. But there's an icon next to the Google Hangouts banner on the top. I have no idea what it means, but it keeps popping on and off. So if that's something I should be concerned about, let me know in the chat. I'll make sure the stream's still going. Yep. God, my voice is awful.
Yeah, Dragon Fantasy Book 2. So I know that's one of the games. I'm thinking it must be all of them, man. Plus the one dragon, there's another like side story game. Pretty excited for that. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. I'll tell you what, limited run's really pumping them out though, dude. Like I don't know, limited run, they've changed something. I'm kind of like no longer annoyed
At
with
them.
yeah, like they've changed something in their model where it's evolved. And the thing was I kind of looked the other way for about a year at them because it irritated me, you know. And
I remember.
And now I'm just kind of like seeing their changes and liking what they've done. They've definitely changed their customer service. It's no longer really automated. Like I had a question and they responded to it right away.
So just overall improvements.
Yeah, their system is improved, and I like, it takes a while for their stuff to come out, but then again, I kind of look at it like it's something to look forward to. I don't need it right now. Obviously, it was already released at one time. I'm getting something special.
Yeah.
In a way. I mean, I don't always get the most like collector's edition. I'll just get a regular version. And I know I'm getting something special because it's the only way to get it on digital, on full media, instead of digital. So I see what they're doing, and I take it in more, not just a way for them to remarket. They're worried about preservation, and I see it.
It's a good market to be in right
But
now.
they
Not many
really
people
are doing a ton of releases now.
If I grab the only two I have off the shelf, and these are just very specific for me, is I got the PS4 Shadow Complex. This is before the no, it wasn't. It was the same time, the remastered version of Shadow Complex. I just wanted a physical copy of it because I really enjoyed that game on 360, and then I ended up getting the digital copy on Xbox of the remaster. So this is just sealed for collection purposes. I just liked it, so I wanted a physical representation of the game. And this one remains sealed, even though I do want to play it, but I've seen it on sale digitally several times and just not jumped on it, is Ys Origin.
Oh, yeah. Man, I wish I had a physical copy of that, dude. I miss that sale.
Trading card thing.
Yeah, I missed that sale, and that was about time I was irritated with them, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had the. I've seen that one in the wild though, like in shops. I don't know how it. I'm sure people just played it and was like, okay, this is one I'll flip or get rid of. And,
yep, it is an Ys game. If you are into Ys, you will keep it. If you are not, you will not keep it.
I beat the first scenario on that. I started the second one, and
the original.
No, of that game, the
Origin.
Yep, Origin. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I beat it with the lady, and now I'm beating it with the guy. So, and that's the only way to get the I don't know what you know about it, but to get everything with the game, you have to do both storylines.
Yeah, that makes sense. Similar to this is the only one I can think of that's a direct kind of like you have to play through both scenarios thing from semi-recent memory is Hexus Force on PSP, of all the things to reference.
That
more recent memory would probably be Octopath Traveler, but not 8 times.
I actually got the posters from that game too. I met the people, Falcom. They were butted up with the guys making the Wonder Boy Dragon's Trap remake. Lizard Cube. They were sharing a spot with them, and I think because Falcom and that other company went in on it together. I don't know if it was Lizard Cube exactly or just some of the developers were working on it. But anyways, they were sharing a booth, and they were handing out posters, and we each got a poster of that Yee's poster. It's pretty cool too. I mean, it's a big poster. I mean, it's the big, old movie theater full size. Oh, did you freeze up?
Oh, cool. No, I just wasn't into them.
It almost seemed like you froze up there. On my end, at least. I don't know. My internet's been acting janky.
I noticed.
Old Spectrum. I don't know what they've been doing. They had an outage here probably about 2 weeks ago to the west of us, and it was a mess going all the way to like Spokane, Seattle area. And then the streamer that I watch, he has Spectrum. He's over in Maine, and he has all kinds of problem with him. And or he has problems with them all the time, and I don't know.
Yeah. Internet. It is exactly stable enough to stream video games.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the funny thing too, is like it'll stream and yeah, it just sucks.
Yeah. I was making a joke about Stadia, but like the streaming video game thing. I am looking forward to those, but it's still fun to poke fun a little bit.
Where the heck's Liam been?
Are you talking about Dean again,
No, not Dean. He's I don't
or
know.
Yoshi?
Yoshi, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know why I call him Liam.
I don't know either.
I keep
But
thinking that's his name.
you call other people Liam each week. It it's like 3 different people named Liam on this hangout so far.
That's Liam. Yeah, I don't know. Which one? Yeah, that Liam. It works.
The funniest part is there is someone in the Cartridge Club named Liam. You're just never talking about him.
There he is.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yep. So apparently they announced the current month's Nintendo Online games. It's Punch Out, Mario Lost Levels, and Star Soldier. So that's interesting. Coming on the 10th.
Yeah, Star Soldier seems like an interesting release.
Yeah. So you got a classic there, one people hate but play anyway, and one that's actually interesting.
That's a Taxon, right?
A
Taxon game?
Yeah, it is. Thank you for being right on the cover of the box in that picture. That was very convenient, internet.
Yeah, I'm actually working on a deal right now. Gonna get about, I don't know, 200 games, NES games from a guy out of Portland.
Yo, that's a lot.
Yeah, a couple systems, a bunch of accessories. He's a friend of mine from high school or middle school. It was the last time we talked. I used to go over to his house and stay the night, and he'd come over to mine and stuff. And then I ended up moving to a different part of town, so we didn't really hang out a whole lot. But he moved to Alaska shortly after that, and I just recently ran into him on Facebook through another friend. So we started talking, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm thinking about offloading my games." And I said, "Well, hit me up if you do. Let me see what you got." And he did, and it's quite a bit. I mean, I don't know. Some of it I'm probably not going to keep. I'm probably just going to flip it. And then, obviously I don't need all those NESs. And then, so anyways, that's a big deal. Guys got it packed up and take care of the financing and stuff at the bank to get it, because it's going to be like a $1,200 deal.
Yikes.
Yeah. And then the other guy, there's another guy in town. He's offloading too. He hit me up over the weekend. And I'm like, what the hell is this? 2 at once, and he's got like over 100. Yeah. And he has, a system, all that, and a couple completes. I don't think they're totally complete. I told him I'd give him a fair price, and went fair on it all, but I didn't. Instead of rounding the dollar up on the ones that had change, I rounded down, in my favor. Just because if I'm going to take it all off his hands.
Yeah, if you're going to be spending that kind of money, round down.
Yeah. And it's like a lot of those I'm not going to need either. I'll just have to flip them. And so I had to calculate in, how much is it going to cost to flip. And I think I'll be able to get my money back for sure. But because I've done this before, and but I'm going to make out good, dude. The one guy from Portland has all the Ninja Turtle games. He has all the Mega Man games except Mega Man 5. And then he's got a lot of weird, obscure titles too in there. So,
is there by chance going to be an extra copy of Ninja Gaiden 3 floating around?
I do know that there is some Ninja Gaiden in each lot that I'm getting. I don't know if it's Ninja Gaiden 3 though. I think it's just
Yeah,
1 and 2. I'd have to look. It's up
it
my
probably is.
that list is on my laptop, but
Yeah.
it might be 3 though. Now that I think about it, because it was the more expensive one, right?
Yeah. If it is, let me know.
Maybe. I don't know, dude. I might be keeping that for myself.
No, that's why I said an extra one.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
expect you to be wanting to flip that immediately.
I don't
Plus,
know, man, because I mean the thing is like I was thinking about getting rid of what I had for NES, you
yeah,
know. And I only got about I think I looked at my list today like 150 NES because I only really got involved in it about a year ago. And yeah, last winter. Last winter is when
yeah,
that my friend dropped off a system with me and I just started picking up games from there.
yeah. You
And
can kind of see here. That's my entire NES collection up on that top shelf above the plushies.
oh
Not very
really?
much.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, is I mean, a lot of the games just ain't really that good. I mean,
Yeah,
you can go through price them all. I mean, $4,
yeah,
$7. You know, I mean, there's no they're just not that significant, you know, and I've seen prices actually evolving, like it seems like they're going down. Because I remember when a cartridge of Super C uh used to be valued at like $20, $25, and now it's like 17, you
yeah,
know, that Super Contra, you know.
yeah,
But I'm going to game value now. So, I mean,
yeah,
they average out off of so many eBay sales. And you'll
yeah.
see a few in their history. Okay, one guy bought that for $25. One guy was absorbently spending and just wanting to get it no matter what, 30
Absorbently?
bucks. Yeah, you
You
know,
mean exorbitantly?
exorbitantly. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Spending out of its true value, you know. And I've been guilty of that myself. You know, I
Yeah,
give into the eBay freaking, you know, the
the
wagging a
hype.
bone in front of a dog's face when he's hungry, you know. I mean,
Yep. The bidding war.
yeah. Or
Luckily, I've avoided that.
I'll just pay that, you know.
Unless
I don't know.
unless you count that one giant lot of Transformers I bought for an amount I will not disclose. Um, I'll
Yeah.
just say it was almost every figure from one of the lines.
Well, like I like that sealed Dick Tracy I just got.
Hmm.
That was $160.
Yikes.
But he wanted 200. So I
Huh.
worked him and
Not
worked him.
as painful.
I worked them, dude. Like I work these guys too. Like they'll have no offer on there, and I'll be like, "Look, I'll give you this much," and then it starts a dialogue, and then they'll be like, "Man, I can only really do this," and I'm like, "Come on, man, you know, I mean, I'll get them down. I'll get them down, dude, to where it's like a final offer where they're annoyed with me, like." This is it. This is it. Like I'll even try to get another $5 shaved off or something, and they'll be like, "No, this is it, man. Take it or leave it." And
Yeah,
that's
where it's just like fine, I'll give you the price, just stop bothering me.
Yep. And I mean, I do it, you know, and I don't feel bad about it, you know, because I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it's really crazy how this market's really changed to where it's, I don't know, like I don't know how to explain it. I mean, it's, some people want it for the fact of play. Me, I don't want it so much for the game play as much as I'd like to like have a whole set of something that I liked as a kid, you know?
Yeah,
And then
like
when I get that full set, then I'm going to decide to play it, you know, which is ridiculous because as history goes, you would get it, play it, get another, get it, play it, get another, you know?
yeah,
Or like at Christmas, you know, we'd get like 3, 4 games, you know, and it'd be like, oh, yeah, 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 you know, we'd each get like a couple games and we'd have a bunch of games to play all at once, you know? But, other than that, you know, mom would go out and pick a game out, you know, maybe once every 3 months or something. And to me, it's just like all those games that I wanted that by the time those caught my eye, you know, the games that I really knew that I thought that I wanted, we were moving on to another system, you know, because we didn't buy new games every month and things like that. You know, my parents were pretty strict on video games growing up, and that was just for the fact of mom really liked it. Mom was cool, you know. Dad didn't. He wanted us outside, you know. If it was hot outside, no whining, get your ass outside, you know, stuff
Yeah.
like that. So, I mean, that's just how it was. And I guess that was a good thing, you know, because I mean, we did a lot of outdoor stuff, and if we would have lived indoors with new, you know, gaming and stuff like that, I mean, you wouldn't have caught on to certain things that you did, you know.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's just I like to collect it, you know. But I
Yeah.
do want to take a time. I think that I'm shooting for next winter or next fall or whenever I get a EMT job or I can come home, you know, and uh I guess when I'm in between jobs, I'm usually trying to do something like in between my fire season. I'm trying to do something else. And it's gotten over the last, I'd say 3 years that I haven't even been able to stream. And when I first got into streaming, it was like 2011 where Justin TV was just transitioning into Twitch. And, um, it was fun. I used to get on a lot. We would just set up shop. We both were immediately streaming from towers and stuff like that we built, and we both were doing it at the same time, you know, and then it kind of evolved to where we just got so busy we just kind of stopped. And Melinda actually got, you know, partnership, or not partnership, but the affiliate pretty quick on Twitch, and you know, they were sending her shirts and stuff, and um for her stuff that she did, you know. And then me, I was involved with uh some of the mobile stuff, like talking with them, not necessarily working on it, but I was communicating with the guys and like messing around with the mobile app. And you know, I was supporting Twitch out early, you know, like they would do shirt sales and stuff like that, or like they do fundraisers for like other countries that would have like a disaster, and Twitch had put on a thing where buy our shirt, you know, and it'll say you helped with this event or this event. And um Twitch sponsored a couple of those, I remember. And um so I mean, I was kind of getting into it when it became Twitch, even though at Justin TV people had already been doing it, you know. But to me, that's when I kind of got into it. And uh it was fun, you know. And I'd like to get back into that stage where I'm like, okay, dude, you know, you got all the tools to do it. Why ain't you doing it? You know, and it seems
Yeah.
like I'm always finding myself like trying to buy another piece that would make things better for a stream. And you know, I'd like to do like Musty's doing. Like I actually got my eyes on some lighting, you know. And um it's just time I haven't had that I'd like to get back into the hobby, you know. And I want to tie it all back to my games. I mean, I got
Yeah.
plenty of content here. I don't need to emulate, you know. So I mean, it's like time to put it to use, you know.
Yeah. But back to like the Dick Tracy thing and just getting the odd games that aren't necessarily like something that's the best to play. I definitely get that because I just played a ton of licensed games as a kid. So I have a nostalgia for like licensed superhero stuff and just other kind of knickknacks like that. Hey, Musty, you're still muted.
Hey,
Better?
Musty.
Is that better?
Yes, yes, we have sound. There you go.
Ha ha!
What's up, dude?
How are you?
Good.
Thanks for hanging out yesterday. That was
Shoot, I got on and streamed today, dude.
who?
Me.
You did?
Yeah. Yeah.
What were you streaming?
The Cartridge Club game of the month. And I beat the first dungeon. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. First dungeon, dude. Down. That's a good
First
game,
level
dude. I'm really
victory.
surprised. I'm really surprised at it. And I'm not, you know, I haven't dug into NES because I didn't grow up with it, you know.
Yeah,
I played some of it just because I was like, dude, I want to play that game. But like when it comes to like the sequels or like some of the like B-side stuff that's probably good, I've never touched it. So
Mhm.
it'll be fun when I eventually get to the point where I'm going to be playing all this stuff, you know.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. Wasn't focusing for some reason. That's better. No, I'm glad that you're giving it a shot. Because yeah, we picked it because there's a lot of people who just skip it because they have this perception that it's this horrible game.
Yeah, it's Simon's Quest syndrome.
Yeah.
Except actually good.
Well, I mean, they were dabbling. They were trying to figure out what what the series was going to be, and this was the next evolution. And they took a hard right turn back to what it was, the last time. But when they went to Link to the Past. But that doesn't mean that this one, they've done some weird stuff with the Game Boy ones too, right?
Yeah.
Like Minish Cap and the Oracle of Ages and Seasons and all that. Like,
yeah, Four Swords.
Yeah.
What's the one they're remaking?
Link's Awakening, which was the Game Boy one.
Yeah.
Which uses a lot of the similar assets to A Link to the Past. So I think that's some of the reason why some people really associate to that one. But I don't know. That's great that you're giving it a try.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna beat it. I'm gonna stream it all, dude. I'm gonna stream it all. You can come hang out with me sometime, Musty.
Yeah, let me. I'm gonna make sure that I'm able to do that.
Master Welch. I had some people in there earlier. It was funny too that I usually just hang out in channels on Twitch. That's what I've evolved into from like, I was like, man, I got too busy to stream. And then I found it easier just to hang out and watch streamers.
Mm-hmm.
And I hang out in the retro section. That's honestly, that's the only section I hang out in. I can't think of a time that I've ever spent a lot of time watching streamers outside of retro. Maybe before all the cataloging and categorization took place on Twitch, I might have watched a guy play other games, but I mean, I mainly hang out in the food where there's cooking shows on Twitch all the time, or I hang out in retro, or I hang out in like chat. I'll watch like Andy Melanakis or somebody in there, doing just a goofy little thing on Twitch, and I don't know. I mean, I get around in there, but I don't really watch any mainstream stuff. That's the funny part. Cause I mean, I can go to YouTube, click on gaming, and I can have pretty much all the news of anything right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like the mainstream stuff, I was thinking about this today because part of me was like, okay, my path has begun, right? Like I'm starting this thing. And so I'm like, do I really want to sign up for, like, am I really committing to playing NES games every Wednesday? Granted, this month is weird because we had an NES game as the game of the month already. So, so I'm like kind of on the, like, do I want to go that direction? Do I want to just kind of make Wednesday a whatever thing? Maybe, someday I'll play Overwatch, someday I'll play something else. Like, I just don't know if not sure if that's really the angle I want to take yet. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. You'll figure it out though. I mean, I think Twitch is a lot of fun, dude. And like, it's, like I met a dude today already. He was like hanging out on my channel, helping me play this game because I don't have the instruction book. And I'm like, I didn't know what to do. And he was coaching me along. And, I'm not the guy who's like, oh, well, no spoilers. Cause I mean, if the dude was sitting next to me and let's say he had that game in his household and was like, you need to do this or that, I'm not going to look back at him and be like,
how dare you steal this
why are you
experience
telling
from
me
me?
this? It's like, no, dude, tell me, let's get through this, while I'm playing it, but that's,
I get that.
I mean, unless it's something really hardcore, like I don't want spoilers, but that's gonna be more probably like the newer games that have the CGs and stories and things like that, you know.
Yeah, the CGs.
The stories.
Like you find out that Zelda's a girl.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, not Zelda, but Link. You know, I was watching
No,
a
that was
girl,
Samus.
I was watching a lady on Twitch play Wanda Gamelon on CDI, and I was like, whoa, what is this?
Ugh. Yuck. Oh, those are so. I watched Game Grumps play Faces of Evil and Zelda's Adventure, which Zelda's Adventure is. Oh my goodness, that's bad.
Is that CDI too?
Yeah.
They are entertaining for all the wrong reasons.
Oh, just the, yeah. Oh, get a bad taste in my mouth over that. And I've never played them. I've only watched it.
Yeah,
And it's just no, thank you.
those
And
games
those
are
have
exactly. Those games are exactly as preserved as they need to be, in terms of just being recorded on the internet.
Yeah,
The
I would
CDI
agree.
had a controller, right?
Yes.
Now you got to figure the CDI versus that laser disc games, dude, where it looks like you play them with a remote control.
Oh yeah. No, the
Laser
CDI had a controller that was like, it was like two circles with like a bar in between. I swear that's what the controller looked like, but
Okay.
but I haven't seen one of those in a long time. But yeah.
Yeah, it made me think about the CDI because I was watching the girl play it, and I remember my buddy, he in town here, there was a Kmart, and there was a CDI buried behind the electronics lockup that had just never been moved. It was a big structure, I guess, and it had gotten a bunch of debris and crap back there, like papers and dust. And one day they finally decided to pull it out, and he finds a CDI back there.
Huh.
And this was about 3 years ago before they closed. Well, they closed last year, but it was 3 years ago or so, 4 years ago. And they said, we don't have a UPC on this no more. There's nothing, you know, we don't know what it is. You can just have it. And he took it home and it works. And like all the battery backup and everything, the battery stuff works in it. And so I was messing with him today. I was like, so dude, you know, what are you going to do with that CDI? I was just watching somebody play Wanda Gamelon. And he was like, man, he was like, I don't know, but that thing still works, you know, just telling me all about it. And I said, you should just let me have it. And he goes, you know what? I'll give it to you, but you got to stop asking me about that Snatcher. He's got to copy a Snatcher. I'm like busting him on it all the time. Like, dude, you need to sell me that Snatcher. You know, you're just going to let it sit there and get disc rot. He's like, don't ever ask me about that Snatcher again. I'll give you that CDI.
That seems to be your method. Just bug people until you get the thing.
Well, I mean, he's a friend of mine. You know, I wouldn't do that just to anybody, but
yeah.
That's funny.
Well, musty a little bit, I guess.
Yeah. That was the joke. Yes.
How about those Sega CD games?
Hey,
you got a few of them.
Yeah. I talked to James, so that's happening. You should know that, Cody.
That's good. Yeah, dude, that'll help you out a lot because, you know, honestly, I noticed that with some of your other streaming, when you got the 30 frames set up, and let's suppose, you know, I noticed there was a little bit of.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, like, I can still output at 30, right? Like I don't know if my computer can manage outputting at 60. We'll see. I think that's
the able to output at 60. Just lower your resolution.
Okay.
And then you can mess with your bit rate. Well, like, what you're using the OBS, right?
I'm using OBS, and I was trying to tinker with it a little bit today, but obviously with this, I can't also be in OBS right now because unless I disable the camera, and I'm not going to do that.
See, what I do is like I was streaming it like just below 960 earlier on mine, and it was above 720, but it was in between, you know, and I'm using XSplit, and then I'll stream at 60 frames, and then I do a VBR, I believe. It's not CBR. CBR is going to be your constant bit rate. VBR is going to be your variable, and then you adjust your bit rate from there. Like I'll stream it like 1,000 or something, you know, or when I got started and my stuff was, I didn't know how to set it up right, I would start at like 800, and then I'd go up from there to see what I could get for a bit rate.
Okay, I'll have to do some testing once, because Hodge is coming for Midwest next weekend, not this Saturday, but the following, and so he's gonna bring that along for me.
Well, I'll critique your stuff too, man, just to help you. I mean, the thing is, I don't know your setup. Everybody's is different, and
I actually came to realize last night when I switched over, I did not have this mic running into. I don't know what it was feeding off of, but it was not my ideal mic. It's like, oh,
yeah, we noticed that too.
Yeah,
because Melinda will watch a little bit with me, and
it was a little hollow. I think it was coming off of the webcam. I think.
Yep.
Which is an extra 2 feet away from my face. So,
and also webcam mic.
Yes.
Just audio.
Yes, it was
audio wise.
Oh, well, yeah.
You're gonna have all that Elgato setup though pretty soon, aren't you?
I mean,
you got to get the mic now, man. Get the Elgato mic.
They have a mic? Oh man, why'd you tell me that?
I don't know. They might.
Great.
Hey Ryan.
Hello, Ryan.
Hello.
Hello,
Ryan.
Hi.
How's it going?
I just had to find the mic button, so it took us a couple extra seconds. That's about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I mean, I think the deal that Corsair and Elgato have going, like their gear is very good quality from what I've experienced so far. Now that's not to say that everything's perfect, and you're definitely paying for what you're getting. Especially this light, like that's not something that just like any old person can pick up. But I had some extra scratch from selling some of my stuff, and I was like, well, why not?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Elgato gear in Corsair is like definitely like it's flashy, performance wise, I don't know if it's like a peak performance above other options, but it's definitely flashy, and I feel like I would trust the system that they build, because I actually got some Corsair stuff in my tower right now, and like I love it. It's great.
Yeah, I have their RAM. That's it. In my
I got RAM and the power supply, and the rest is EVGA stuff.
Gotcha.
They still make stuff too, and their stuff isn't as expensive, but they got some nice stuff. But that's me, I definitely like your light. I want to get that light.
The green in the back?
Well, no, just that whole
this
Elgato
one.
light kit and that little dial pad or the scene selector.
This Stream Deck is great.
Hey,
that's a huge time saver. Derek is in the chat. Also, hi to Unbox Warehouse if he's still here.
Yeah, hi.
So I saw a little bit of news that, or impressions, that the guys from Criterion have a new game coming that is pretty much Burnout.
I just want to say that sounded like a really unenthusiastic hi to Unbox Warehouse for me. I'm not doing snarky. I'm just tired.
Well,
So, yeah,
I don't
hi.
know. I don't know how long ago it was, so
Yeah.
I don't want to assume that he's
They're
still here.
still here.
But if they are still here, hi, welcome to the stream. Yeah. Ryan, what's going on, man?
I don't know. I just saw that looks like Mortal Kombat has a new character. I don't know if this is April Fool's Day. I'm gonna have to look this up. It looks like a seaweed woman.
It could be
It was-
either one. It could be a joke or totally serious. We never know with Mortal Kombat anymore.
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly Google this here or YouTube it just to see what I can find out about this because I'm like, really? Ugh. I mean, there's missing character. I think there are some fans, and I'm one of them, that are not the happiest with the main roster that's been revealed. Like, I think there's more characters that they're hiding behind DLC, which I'm not a fan of. I wish they would give a much bigger roster instead of introducing new characters like this. So I'm hoping this is a joke, which I kind of feel as if it might be, but we'll see.
Steven says it's Mother Nature.
I don't get it. Is that a...
I don't know.
Something?
She looks like a plant. I don't know.
Oh,
it was
okay,
revealed 3 hours ago, so
It wasn't yesterday.
I guess that's yeah. So
Yeah.
Yeah, the burnout thing. That's dangerous driving?
Yep. Yeah.
I cut you off there by accident, so I want
No, you're fine. But yeah, Derek, if take a look into dangerous driving, there's a first impressions on IGN by Ryan McCaffrey, who is a Burnout like super fan. So if there's anybody that I trust to tell me if this game is what it needs to be, yes, then that's exactly what it is.
So she does look like a Mother Nature kind of person because she's controlling. She's almost like Captain Planet because she controls wind, water, fire, plants, and rock. So it's essentially it is like female Captain Planet, basically.
Is the character by chance named Gaia?
No.
Okay.
Centurion.
That sounds more Mortal Kombat.
Mm-hmm.
What is that backwards? Is that...
It's Noob Saibot.
Contracts.
I'm just going to mention this randomly just in case the person is in the chat. I was discussing a deal on this copy of Resident Evil 3 I've had for a while on VG Collect. And I just said I didn't have time to do photos of the game, but I mentioned this just in case they wanted to come see. So there's the copy of the game there. You can mention it in the chat if you're there, if you're in there. Disc's kind of scuffed up. I don't know if you can actually see that in the camera here, but it works. Figured I'd just mention that just in case. That wasn't awkward at all. But should we go into pickups from that actually?
We can. I have one thing actually, and I got it today.
Okay.
I found this. I'll go first, I guess.
Yeah.
So ran out to Goodwill on my lunch break just to see if we can find anything, and it's been a while since I actually found anything at this Goodwill, and it is a Xbox 360 charging stand, and it comes with 2 battery packs allegedly, and yeah, the stand, and yeah, it looks like it's complete. It looks like the top was damaged, but it looks like everything is there. There's a battery pack right there. So just wonder if it just was one of those ones that nobody bought because the box got me crushed right here at the top. But
yeah,
yeah. I mean, if it doesn't work, I can always return it. But it was $5. You can see that.
$5 foot long.
Yeah, it's about a $5 foot long. So so I figured that's a good price. I don't have any recharging battery stands. All I've been using is Energizer rechargeable batteries, but this should be nice if it works. So $5.
nice.
Yeah.
That is an odd find, but a cool one.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Yeah, Musty or Cody, do you guys have
Sadly,
stuff?
no.
No.
I did I get no. I cracked open that copy of Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed over the past week, but that is not what you asked.
That's fine. But Cody, do you get anything?
Nope, nothing.
Okay, I'll show the
Other
company.
than that NES deal I'm working on.
Okay. Yeah, definitely send me the list of things you're getting rid of after that. Not gonna say I'm gonna buy a bunch out of it, but I'd be curious to see.
Yeah.
Just a couple odd things. Got another Transformer, Skytread, from the current line, previously known as Flywheels, apparently in the original line. But it's like a duo bot that like splits apart and turns into two different vehicles, kind of like the one I showed before. But no one cares. It doesn't matter. But also got Bumblebee on Blu-ray. Apparently comes with a comic, so that's something.
Have you seen it yet, or will this be
No,
a first watch
this-
for you?
First watch for me.
Okay.
I haven't gotten around to watching Aquaman yet either. And
Aquatic Man?
Yoshi's Crafted World. Got that.
Sweet.
I also got, I'm not going to show this because it would be awkward as hell and it's not actually set up, but I got something that is the reason that I haven't watched those last two movies yet. I got a 4K TV.
There you go.
Yay!
One of the TCL ones. They started selling
Nice.
those in Canada, so I just picked that up.
Good
being,
cheap brand.
yeah, but
Affordable.
decent. Like,
No, I have
Affordable.
one. I don't. Hey, I own it. Good cheap brand. I like it.
yeah, you got one of the. I got a
Wood
55-inch one. Their Series 6 was on sale.
Mm-hmm.
The other one was Series 4, and that was apparently a little worse. A lot cheaper, but a little worse. So it's just kind of like, if I'm getting a TV, I'm just gonna spend the extra like $100-$200.
They test well for video games too.
Oh yeah, I compared it to other brands and other stuff like that before making the decision. They were on sale on Amazon. Whereas it's like, I would always find one thing wrong with the other ones that was not wrong with this. Like, this has full array local dimming and like the brightness of the HDR is a thing. I can't remember like the exact terminology I was looking at the time, but one of the TVs would be either really dim or it wouldn't have the full array dimming, and it would be so much more money. And it's just like, I'll just go with this. The problem being there's a kind of a crapshoot shot of getting one that has bad gray uniformity, or it has kind of like the bands that appear when there's uniform colors on screen.
Sure.
A lot of people don't really notice those apparently, but
That's interesting.
But that's an issue. Yeah, if you know what to look for, you can look for it. But this one has bad luck with that, apparently. Like, it's a 50-50 shot if you're going to get a bad one or a good one. So I want to be able to set that up. But this is what I get for ordering something when it would arrive on April 1st. Is I also ordered a TV stand for it. Because the one I currently have is about 10 inches shorter than the television. I hate it anyway. I've been wanting to get rid of it for a long time. But that has not arrived yet, so I can't use the TV yet. That's annoying. Hey, Eric.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, folks.
Here's-
Marvelous, Mighty Q-Doc.
Yeah,
I wish you would bill yourself like that.
I forgot.
Only
about
I
that.
do it after you told me it.
Yeah. I don't know. I find that thing that John does a little much.
Your mic's not on, Eric. Your mic's not on.
I can hear him.
I can't. Not this nonsense again.
Are you serious?
No, I can. I can hear you just fine. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
We had this
Ryan
problem with
was-
the record for
Yeah,
what do you call
during Prime, Ryan wasn't able to hear us yet. We were all communicating just fine. Well, Ryan could hear some of us, but not all of us. Like, he could hear me, but he couldn't hear Caleb.
I don't even understand that as a problem that can happen. How
Yeah,
is that possible?
But I
need
can
to
hear
call
Caleb.
It makes no sense.
in? All right. Let me call back in and see. Cody,
No,
can
it's
you
not
hear me?
you.
No, it's not you at all.
I'm gonna try a different
Ryan
browser
should
here.
call back in.
I hear him.
Alright.
But I too can hear Ryan just fine.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can hear him. I can hear you guys.
So
Alright.
your
Since
mic is
Eric's here
fine.
now, I'll just quickly re-show this because we just got done with pickups. Is I got one of the other Transformers. I got Skytread or Flywheels.
Is
The
that the
other-
one where it's two that combine?
Yeah, the other Duo bot, along with
Yeah.
whatever the hell the other one was called. I got it before. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, figured I'd
Was
show
it
that.
like a blue truck and a gray helicopter or a different
Yeah.
one? Yeah.
That was
We
the
had
other
that one, the G1 version. My brother did.
Yeah, and no, you specifically mentioned this when I
Yeah.
was talking about it before, so I figured I'd show you.
That's pretty
He's
cool.
pretty cool. Good
Yeah, it looks
build
good.
quality. Takes a lot of force to separate them, which is kind of annoying, but that'll loosen up.
Yeah. Very cool.
Mhm.
You gonna show us Cowlet stuff, or do we have to wait?
I can show you some.
Okay.
You want to see a couple things from Kylets?
Yes.
Hang on, let me go hand pick a few select items. 1 second.
Okay. You do that. I'm gonna ask Derek what he's talking about in the chat. You bought what?
The TV, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming, but I am unsure. We shall now wait for the customary 30-second delay. do 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 do. I have no idea what you're talking about, Melissa.
Oh, is she in the chat?
Yeah, she just said her YouTube window pops out on her Android, and I have no idea what context that was responding to.
Oh, maybe she can, because we were talking about the pop out of the chat on
Oh,
Twitch.
okay.
Maybe she figured out how to do that on YouTube, so
Okay,
she's
cool.
not interrupting the using up too much bandwidth.
You can
Speaking
turn
of which-
off. Is there a way to turn off the video and just do chat only? Like,
I don't know.
well, that doesn't help.
Maybe.
No.
Here's just the chat.
Yep. Oh, okay.
Okay.
She was responding to Derek, and I just completely missed his message.
Oh, look, there's all kinds of people in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hi, guys in the chat.
Hey. Oh, oh, you mean
I was going to say, wait a minute, what the heck just happened there? That was you guys. Am I waiting for Ryan?
We're all waiting for Ryan,
Sure.
apparently.
Should I wait for him to do the
Sure.
pickups, or should I just go?
You can wait. Probably won't be that long.
All right, I'll quickly read through the chat here. More burnout. Yes, thanks for the link, Musty. I wasn't following that, but was that announced today?
yeah. Well, no, that was it
Bill?
had been announced. That was just I saw a link on it, and Ryan McCaffrey had done impressions, and he's a like ultra burnout fan.
Yeah. Okay.
So I figured if anybody is going to tell me, yeah, this is exactly what we wanted out of it, it'd be him. So,
and it looks just like burnout.
Yeah.
So
Which is-
hopefully,
which is
it's good.
fantastic. Like,
Yeah.
This was an extremely generic name.
Yeah, dangerous job. I was like,
Yeah.
I
Which,
YouTubed it, and I'm like, this could be anything. Anything could come up if I write dangerous driving.
you get a random video on STC's channel, right?
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
Dash cam.
Yeah, Bill, where's the old dash cam videos? Come on. Content. You got to put out what the people want to see. Dash cam vids.
There was such a surge of content yesterday on the club channel, or not on the club channel, but like the club site.
Yeah.
Because of all the new monthly podcasts? Or what?
Just a ton of stuff. Well, yeah, there were the monthlies, but then there was a bunch of videos on top of it, and
Oh, yeah, you did one too, right?
And various different links to the quick save club.
That's a funny name, by the way, Musty. It's a good name.
do you like it?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
That's
What
Travis.
I think it's
That's
clever.
Travis helped me with that.
Oh, well.
Well, we were
congrats to
workshopping
both
it
of you.
because-
was very
because-
clever.
So the story behind all that, if you care,
Yeah. I do.
don't-
Let's hear it.
when there was that time when I went on kind of like, I'm just not going to do YouTube videos for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was trying to like figure out what is it that I really want to do with YouTube. And so this was about the same time that Travis was prepping for Nest Friend.
Yeah.
And so he's like, dude, we can totally both, we can be like sister channels. And I was gonna spin up a new channel and everything over this, because I'm like, well, then I can keep my collection stuff separate from these reviews. Because I almost wanted the delineate, this true like line between the two. But then he kind of got his momentum. Well, he did get his momentum. I'm not gonna cheapen that. And I just like I put this one together, and I was like, oh, I don't know. To me, doing a review on an Xbox game, especially the type of Xbox game that I would want to do reviews on, is a much bigger undertaking than reviewing a couple NES games. Not to, again, say that what he's doing is second tier, because it's not. His stuff is great. So I kind of dragged my feet to the point where it's like, well, I don't know if I would want to exactly do this. And then the whole Twitch thing sort of, I had some realizations that was a way that I wanted to put myself out there going forward. So I kind of shelved it, but then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to sit on this review that I put time into making, time into capturing the video for it and all, and writing the script and all of that. And so I'm like, well, let's just put it out there. And there's no better day to test drive a product that you're not sure if people are going to be receptive to or not than April 1st. So that's why I went with it. And so far the reception has been good, which is I kind of expected. It'll be interesting to see if there's any kind of like tail on it, or how long of a tail it has. It's not exactly a game that people are like seeking out a review for. Right. But a lot of what I've been hearing is like, wow, I didn't know. Like, I had no idea that this was a game that because there's just all kinds of crazy licensed stuff that came out in that early 2000s generation.
Yeah.
I'm sure the PS2 has just as many, if not 3 times as many, of these kind of weird brand deals.
But the channel name implies that you could do any short form review. It does, right? So you're not limiting yourself to licensed games or anything like that.
No,
right?
no.
Any In fact, it doesn't even have to be original Xbox.
No, you're right.
All right. You're going to do more, right? I mean, are you going to do more? Okay.
I already have another one that's scripted. Okay. I may redo the VO for it. People are asking for, like, I've had multiple people ask for more, and then Wally, I don't know if you know, I'm not sure.
I don't know who he is.
He's on Twitter, but he has a bigger following on Twitter. He's got like 5,000 followers, and he tweeted out that he liked it a lot, and I was like, okay, well,
that gets you some subs.
Not yet.
Okay, it will.
I don't even think it moved the needle on views yet, but we'll see.
Well, you start doing games that maybe have more broader interest, and
well, I have one that would be the next one that I do. That will, if I do it, there is only one other formal review of this game on the internet.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's by Classic Game Room, so I would be the other review after him.
Wow, nice.
So, and it starts with an X.
I don't know.
Cyanide.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I don't know that game.
You would like it.
So I definitely need a review of it.
Yeah.
If Classic Game Room isn't on YouTube anymore, then you're the guy.
Yeah. Well,
hey, that was one of your PRGE scores.
There was one of my PRGE scores. Yes.
Sorry. I just remember that.
You are correct. Yes.
I gotta look this up. I'm sure I would recognize the box. It starts with an X and it's called Cyanide. I'm gonna have to guess how it's spelled. I guess right.
Oh yeah, I just remembered that game.
Oh yeah.
Here it is. This one.
Ooh. This is a shoot 'em up?
It's a twin stick shooter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta add it. I gotta launch the old spreadsheet here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wish
That is
list.
not the game I was thinking of. What in the hell other one was
Yeah,
I
that's
thinking
not
of?
very familiar. I didn't recognize it. Too.
What are you thinking of?
I don't
that?
know. I don't know what other game that's like an obscure Xbox One kind of later alphabet title. I think it might start with a
Jaeger?
B. Actually, Jaeger. Yes, that is exactly what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
I don't know why I mixed those up.
So funny enough, Jaeger plays like Starlink.
All right.
A game I haven't played.
Okay, but you've got sort
I'm aware
of
of it.
you have sort of you have your hovering kind of hovercraft combat, and then you can go into like actual flight mode, like, and so you kind of switch between the two. I've only played a little bit of that. That was one that I also had planned on doing that too. Yeah, so
Just redo
Sorry,
all the classic
Melissa.
game reviews.
Oh, I added it. It's definitely added. Got the spreadsheet right here. All right. What's the deal with Ryan? He keeps popping in and out.
he must not be able to hear you.
Yeah.
Well, I don't need
But
to
yeah,
spend
so I am planning on doing it. I had at one point I had written out like this long like list of like here's every possible game, just original Xbox that I could do, and like here's controllers that I should review, and I know that there's one from Derek that he got me that he and I made a deal on, and I kind of owe a review of that because I can't find very many reviews of that either. But yeah, like I feel like if I wanted to get, my thought process was if original Xbox is going to hit its stride, it's going to be in the next year or two.
Yeah.
And so the
You gotta
more
do it.
of these like highly sought after or like that mid to high tier collector game, people are going to want to know about those.
Yeah.
Yeah, Derek wants to see it. Have you seen that control? Let me grab that one.
Ryan, can you hear me? Okay. It's okay. Just trying to use the unused bandwidth here, Musty.
Okay, just a second.
You know, the thing is, if I have my It's Rocket Sauce Google profile on Chrome, it won't let me get into Hangouts, period.
Weird.
Yeah, and then because I came back with my other Gmail one, but you never turned the camera on, so I left. And then I came back and tried signing in as whatever is through Google Chrome again, and nothing. So I just went back to Internet Explorer.
Yeah, this weird controller.
Oh Jesus, that thing.
Yeah, it's the Gamester. I think it's called the FPS Freak. I think.
That looks like that's what it would be called.
But it has no like
Gosh.
there. Yeah, look at this. It has no buttons, right? Because the buttons are all in here.
Huh.
A, B, and X, Y are in here, and I think they're programmable through this fancy little LCD screen here. But it's two pistol grips, basically.
Dude, that thing looks crazy.
Yeah, two pistol grips. It's got trigger guards and everything here. Like it's a wild controller.
It is the most early 2000s shooter controller ever.
Yeah. There's a PS2 version that's blue, but this like with the green and like it has some like it's not Master Chief colors, but it's close enough.
Yeah,
Right?
it's close enough not to get sued, but close enough that you will buy it for Halo 2.
Yeah. 2003. Gamester. Yeah. I think there's profiles, like there's buttons for it says P1, P2, and P3. So I think you can load profiles on it and stuff like that. I really haven't done a lot with it since and it still has a slot for the memory card up there. Or your Xbox Live communicator would connect there. So yeah.
So it still hasn't shed the skin of the Dreamcast in that incarnation.
Right. Well, this one even has the LCD, so I mean, it's even more Dreamcasty.
Yep.
But yeah, so the thought was that I could do these things, and it wouldn't just be limited to games. It could be limited to. It could expand to, hardware variations or other things as well. Yes, GameCube chainsaw controller, absolutely.
Oh God. That and the Onimusha sword controller.
Yeah, or the Onimusha, that sword controller is great. There's one for the PS1 for the was it Power Digger?
I have no idea.
You should look up that controller. Let's find that controller. Let me use my quick button to get to eBay. I don't have
Having a quick button to eBay is probably not a good plan.
I had to do something with the Stream Deck. I don't have eBay on there yet. Probably a good thing.
Yeah.
Power. Like an excavator game for PS1. Is that what it's called?
While you're looking that up, I thought of something other mildly relevant to the Cartridge Club that I could mention. And since a lot of the Xbox players are on here, I did make a Cartridge Club branded clan dojo in Warframe if anyone wants to try that game. I have no idea what I'm doing with it, but I'll figure it out. It's free. Try the game, damn it.
Nah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
I'd rather spend $60 on Anthem.
Hey.
Nah.
Gotta support those people.
Yeah. Gotta support BioWare owned by EA more than...
Hold on. I know. I read it.
I actually haven't. But just in terms of size, like, Warframe is a free-to-play game from like this small developer in Toronto that's been going for 6 years. The game has, not the studio. They were involved in the original like Unreal Tournament and stuff like that. Which is weird. You can split off Unreal Tournament into Fortnite and Warframe into modern day.
Okay. Do you guys want to see the pickups?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Or do you want to skip it?
Nope.
No, sure.
Okay. So I got a couple. This isn't everything. I'm just going to show you a couple things I got at Cowlitz. So this is actually maybe as a result of the stream. I decided Castlemania Games was there, so I just decided on a splurge to grab an HDMI link for the Dreamcast. We had streamed Dreamcast games, and I was using it through the FrameMeister with S-Video, so I thought I'd try this one. Apparently, it uses the same circuitry as the VGA box would, so it has the same game compatibility problems as VGA, but I tested it out yesterday. It looks pretty good. That's minor stuff. Next, I don't know, maybe Musty. This is of interest to Musty. This is one of the last
cool
Katamari games I needed.
Nice.
Overpaid a little bit for this one. I wasn't paying close attention to what the market price was. I talked the guy down a little bit, but it was still over market. But happy to have this one finally. I think it's the last Katamari game I need.
You have the Vita one?
So no, but I don't have a Vita, so I don't count that. Was really glad to finally pick this guy up in box. This is the last of the original Smash amiibos I needed. And by original, I mean the ones that were up to the Wii U.
Pre-DLC? Or...
Well, I don't know. I cut it off at the Bayonetta Cloud.
Yeah, but you got a red label Cloud too.
I know.
Ugh, yuck.
Kill me.
Ugh.
Of the ones up until Cloud was released, which were all the ones that were released prior to Smash Brothers on the Switch, I have them all now. So I was really glad to finally see this guy. I've only seen him twice. That was $20, so I actually paid over market for that. And then the last thing I'm going to show you is something I got from Pink Gorilla. It was in their little $10 fill-a-bag thing. And I find it curious that it was in there. I don't know what it's worth, but it is a This is a blank Sega Master System cartridge, but it turns out on the back it has it's called Shooting Gallery for product display working unit only. I believe this is for the Master System store kiosk.
Yep.
And I found it very odd that this was in a bin of buy it by the pound, buy it by the bags worth of stuff, because I think this might be, I don't know if it works yet, but even if it doesn't, I don't know. I grabbed it. I don't know what it's worth. I only found one listing on eBay for all 20 some of them, and that was going for $1,500 US. I don't think this is worth $100, but
you should undercut him by like $10.
Dude, I tried to get that from him. I seen him get that in his store. He was sorting through this stuff he got in a bin. And I was like, dude, I want that game. I told him I wanted that. Yeah, that one. And he was like, yeah, I'll bring it to PRGE. And I messaged him prior to PRGE, and I was like, do you got that tech demo? I was like, do you got that kiosk demo? And he's like, oh, man, I forgot to grab that. And damn it, Eric.
I'm sorry.
No, that's a good score, though, dude, by the pound.
I was planning on keeping it. Huh?
How much did you pay for that? Because those kiosk displays, I've seen them, those Sega ones on eBay go for thousands.
Well, yeah, the one I saw was thousands, dude, for $1,500. So
I'm not talking the game, I'm talking the unit.
Oh, yeah, the unit
go for hundreds.
They were at PRGE
because they want to fill it.
There was one at PRGE 2 years or 3 years ago, and I had heard that the previous year they had only sold for a few hundred. So I was like, oh, I got a shot at getting this. No, it went for $900.
Oh yeah, that one.
You were there. I was like, I didn't even have a chance to. I wasn't happy, but I didn't even have a chance to raise my hand before it went out of control. So,
yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, you asked me how much it was. It was a bag. Get a bag. The bag's over there. It's about this big. Fill the bag for $10.
Yep.
And so I paid less than $10 for this because I got a whole bunch of stuff in there, which I'm not showing. We'll get the video out soon, but pretty happy to have this, I guess, just as a collector's thing.
Dude, he does deals, man. He does deals like those controllers I got. I guess I could have showed those. I got that controller stuff I got from him off his stream sale. He did, just selling junk. I got a gray Sega Saturn controller, and I got a brand new original, or not brand new, but a 3-button Genesis, and then a bunch of Dreamcast demo discs in the sleeves, and then a Tetris game, all for like $9.
Yeah.
Okay. That is an interesting controller.
Yeah. So this is the Power Shovel controller, which is a simulated digger, like excavator game.
Yeah.
For the PS1.
Wow.
And it's by Taito.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah. I was like, oh, this would be perfect for my son if I could ever find one.
Just play it on shmups with that, dude. Try it.
I'm interested to see, like, because they wouldn't have had the like how does that work? Like, I see that you've got your directionals. Is like, are these analog sticks? Like, is that all this is? Is a dual analog thing?
It is certainly strange.
It is 2001, so I suppose it could be late. It is late era PS1. Well, it is later PS1.
Was there a virtual on PS1 ever?
Not that I know of. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But I would just, the controller made me think of it. Obviously, the dual stick setup.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got to play that in the arcade once. So it's an interesting game to play in the arcade.
Yeah, Power Shovel by Taito and Acclaim with the weird.
That looks fun, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Be a good time.
Dude, that's the PS1 and PS2 stuff is about, I think, after Master System. I want to get back into collecting PlayStation and PlayStation 2. That was a good era of stuff. And there's a ton of it.
Yeah. I find it funny with Acclaim. For as much as they are around, they didn't really live up to their name all that often.
Acclaim.
Yeah. I had to get one bad joke in. At least.
What other weird controllers can I think of? We kind of listed a lot of the like prominent ones.
You could do plug and plays.
Oh, I have no desire to plug it.
Not like the bad ones, just like interesting, like odd, like kind of more on the long lines of the Disney skateboarding game than like the bad like off-brand ones. I'm talking about like licensed ones, like the Star Wars one I showed the other week.
The Vader, is that the one with Vader's head on the top of it?
I don't think so.
Have you seen
That's
that one?
the I think I have seen that one. That's not what I'm referring to. Let me see if that's within reach here. I have a bunch of boxes I've been moving crap around just to make room. And yep, it's right here. With the new TV, I was playing around with rearranging the room a little bit. Just ended up organizing. Gonna go in the exact same spot, but this one is what I was talking about. Clone Wars.
Oh.
Which is funny because nope, that is different from what I was thinking. Anyway, this is a motion controller. Like you aim it at the screen and shoot ships that are flying toward you.
That's wild.
And it's actually fairly decent graphics for what you'd expect out of this. I paid $5 for it. But like
the one I was thinking of is this one. This one here.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
The fact that I seem
to see that one
is not a good sign.
I seem to see that one all the time though. And I can't get into collecting that kind of stuff. Like,
yeah. Some of them are good display pieces, and other ones are just interesting or weird. This is neither. It's the Batman from like the kind of later cartoon no one watched. At least no one was originally into like Batman animated series and everything because it was too late. It was like early 2000s. This is actually halfway decent for what you'd expect. It's like it actually has detective elements. It's just not very good. Oh god, this is within arm's reach as well, and I have the box for this. Tetris.
Weird.
Yes, that is the controller.
Do you spin it? Do you actually turn it?
I don't remember, but this is 2-player.
That would be wild if that's how you.
Yes, it is. That's how you do it. It's an analog stick that turns. This is so stupid. I had to buy it. But like, I just like these because they are unique and strange. They might not all be good, but I just like that idea. Of course, the two good ones are over there behind my couch, and I can't reach them. Like one of the Namco ones.
The blue one?
Yeah, the blue one.
Yep.
With the turning top on the arcade stick that is really good for pole position.
Yeah.
And I've got a Mystery Machine one over there that looks really cool. It's not very good, but it looks cool. But I can't reach them. They're behind too much crap. No!
Derek says he's got that Tetris plug and play for sale.
I probably should too.
Yeah, the Namco ones like those go for like my local shop sells those for like 20 plus. Those Namco ones. But they're good quality. They are solid built. They're solidly built and yeah, as long as the I remember was it Bill was talking about how he duped the store out of saying the pole position wasn't working, although he knew that it was a twist deal. He's like, I can't steer for pole position. Like, why is that? What's going on here? And they gave him a discount on it for that reason.
Oh, Bill.
Sneaky Bill.
Yep.
Hey, I was.
Hey guys, how's it going tonight?
Hello.
Good.
Hello.
Hello.
Doing all right.
Good.
I just forced the conversation in the direction of plug and plays for a few minutes.
On controller talk, I figured out how to get this thing to work with my PC.
That's unfortunate
Why is that?
because these are better.
Well, this feels so. The game that I'm going to be playing on PC feels best with this controller. So
I'll accept that.
yes.
No, I've never really played much PlayStation anything, so I'm not used to their controllers at all. So this was like an upgrade from the Wavebird. So that's what I like is the 360 controller.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I too like the 360 controller quite a bit.
I too like the Xbox.
Do we have an i3?
I think Eric by association likes the Xbox.
Yeah. We don't have anyone that's silly
It
enough
has-
to jump in on that joke.
It has Sega guts.
Sega guts. That's right. I do like the
Yep.
Xbox. I guess I lean that way.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oaz got a pretty cool controller working the other night. I watched him do it on stream. He's showing that controller.
What
you guys
is
are do pickups?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you can do it.
Oh. Oh. It's the Master System and Genesis handle controller.
Huh.
So for the Master System, it's just button 1 and 2, and button 2 wasn't working, but I got it fixed. And then you have an A and a start if you're using it for the Genesis. So it's got suction cups on the bottom, which don't really help because I didn't realize it when I bought it. But you know, you've got your left and right, but then you pull it back and push it forward for your up and down.
Wow.
So you can play it with more than just racing games.
That's
or
not. Is that the BMX trial controller?
For
No.
Alex, you mean Alex Kidd?
Yeah.
No, that's the paddle.
That's a
Which-
different one. Okay.
Yeah,
Is
I'd
that
like to
released
get.
in the U.S.? That thing?
No,
Okay.
I don't think it was. I think it was just overseas.
Where'd you get that? eBay or?
eBay.
Wow. Nice. I'm jealous.
Yeah, I was
That's cool.
excited, and then I don't know if Cody was there on Friday when I unboxed it, but sitting there hitting button 2 and it wasn't working. I was just like, just deflated.
Were you able
I
to?
remember looking at that, dude. I wanted to take a shot at it, but I forgot about it.
Were you able to fix button 2?
Yeah, it was. One of the connections inside had come loose, and when I took off the solder to resolder it, the solder pad came off too, and I had to scrape off some of on the boards to expose the copper and put a little bit more solder, and finally got it to work. Cody made a funny clip with it because I was a little excited.
I'll have to check that. Did you tweet that out, Cody, or where is that clip?
It's on his channel. I can link it.
It's there. Yeah. Okay. Neat. Oh, congrats. That's a cool pickup.
Instead of
Yeah.
linking whatever he was going to link, Cody dropped out of the call.
No.
Let me see if I can find it in his absence.
It's just for fun, you know.
I was reminded of another stupid controller thing I can show. Give me a second.
Let's see. I don't have the CPAC Cap Max. I don't have a GameCube keyboard controller, but I've got the bongos over by the bookshelf.
I was surprised that no one wanted to. I was legitimately surprised no one wanted to see Samba de Amigo when we were streaming the other day. Should I not be surprised by that?
I don't know.
Who has Samba de Amigo?
It would have been Dreamcast. It would have been the Dreamcast version.
Oh, yeah, this is the Wii.
Yeah, I've got the
thing.
Wii. Yeah.
That was
I think there are people who just don't know what it is.
No.
Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. I was just curious. I found that strange. Maybe they were just tired.
What's strange?
I thought that would be an interesting game to stream. Samba de Amigo. It was with the original Dreamcast, original controllers. I guess people. I asked the stream if anybody was interested in seeing it, and no one was interested.
Typing of the Dead was cool, like that.
Yeah, we enjoyed playing that. Yeah, well, that was just fun for us to play.
Okay, Cody got it. When were you streaming?
Friday night for the Cartridge Bros was doing a awareness stream for his friend or our friend Jason. So we were streaming on Friday.
I hate that I missed that. I would have voted for Samba de Amigo.
Thanks.
I'd still like to get that.
Yeah, it was just a.
It's okay. I'm not going to change it. I'm not going to. Go ahead. Sorry.
That's it.
I'm not going to change it up too much, but did you see that Sega? I don't know if I talked about this last week or not, but Sega, not Sega, but the Chalkin, the Forever Man.
Yeah.
They're doing a VR game for that. And then they're talking about making an actual sequel to that too.
Really?
Why?
Yeah.
I don't have anything against that game, but why?
Strange property to pick.
I've never had any love for that game, so I'm in the Y boat.
I've never played it. It's just like it's so odd as a pick. But then again, they're making Oh yeah. Well, that makes sense. I guess.
Yeah.
It's a comic and I have even less familiarity with it. That makes no sense. I am the one that talks about comics on here and I don't know Chuckin. Or Shotgun, or whatever the frig his name is.
Oh, it's Shakan. Yeah. I don't know how.
I would say just call him Shaka Khan.
Yeah, Melissa does.
On the same note, I mentioned that Beyond the Steel Sky, they were doing a sequel to Beneath the Steel Sky, which is an old point and click.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think of the Genesis Mini?
I think it would have been better if they announced it before I bought Castlevania Bloodlines from Mustang.
I'm excited for it. Even with only the 10 games they've announced, for the most part, I'd like. I think it's good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Heard people saying that Sega of America kind of botched their big window to make it a big deal.
Yeah.
But I think I don't know. Japan, I just read Japan as 2 exclusive games that we're not going to get is Sword of Vermilion and Outrun 2019.
One of those is already on the recent Genesis collection, so that's something.
Yeah, Sword of Vermilion. It's been out on a lot, but
and the other is Outrun, so
it's just weird to me too. Like they're doing the 6-button controller in Japan, but not in the US.
Oh yeah, that part's annoying.
Yeah, it's like why?
Odd, huh?
Well, they may not be planning on including any 6-button games, so at least in the States. I'm just irritated that it's USB controllers, and so I can't plug in this.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where you understand why, but it's still annoying.
Yeah.
Reminds me, I got that one of those fighting pads for Xbox to replicate kind of the 6-button thing for retro games. I've not used that anywhere near as much as I should. Especially since I bought all the Sonic games for it.
There's that one that like they keep putting on sale on what's it called? Newegg. That like Cubo one with like the hexagon design to it.
I have no idea. I'll show the one I'm talking about just in case anyone's curious. Where is it? There it is. Grunting off screen, that's appropriate. There it is. It's just the it's a Hori controller.
Well, it looks like
that's cool.
Yeah. It's pretty decent, it's just I haven't used it enough.
Looks kind of like that one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this one just one day stopped working.
That sucks. But this works on Xbox One and 360. So if that's something. There's also PS4 and PS3 version.
Just realized today it's like we're having a podcast.
You- ma-
Out of the month.
making up for my lack of terrible jokes tonight.
Hey, that was good.
Yeah,
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Just don't pad the count.
That's right.
This is going to sound horrible, but it works anyway because it's a terrible joke, but it legitimately did remind me that I had to watch Paddington. Oy, it's so bad. I wouldn't have said it if it wasn't freaking true. Yeah, I think on that note, I'm going to step away for a few minutes. Right back.
So, what's the deal with Endgame tickets?
Today was the day that they went on sale. Like that's all it was.
When does the movie come out? Sometime in April, right?
In 3 weeks, yeah.
Are these-
Oh wow!
is it going to be hard to see this movie? Why?
I don't know.
Why are you pre-ordering tickets?
Well, you can pre-order tickets for just about any movie that comes out,
Yeah.
Okay.
but they like
As
to
long
tout
as
their
they've
numbers.
declared the dates, like that's the thing.
Yeah.
That they've actually gone and declared these are the times that will be like. If they haven't done that, then there's no way you can.
So this is just for people who want to make sure they get to see it as soon as possible, or what?
Yeah, I think so. The
Like,
people
you
are
have
like,
to go-
I want to be in the first showing, so there's zero chance of anybody ruining this movie for me.
Yeah, right.
I think really that's what it is, right? Because it used to be that like you just camp out, like look at like episode 1 as an example, right?
Yeah.
You know, people camped out for a week to see that movie because they were just that excited. But it's not because like back then the like fear of people ruining the movie was like
Yeah, I mean,
it was like if Homer walking out of the theater type thing, right? That's what people were afraid of. Is that.
That's great. Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Yeah.
But yeah, so I said to Ryan, I'm like, I'm going to be in the theater by the time the first showing gets out, so I don't have to worry about it.
So did you buy tickets then today?
I bought a ticket for me because I asked Kate. She's like, I don't need to see it on opening day. She's like, I'll see it. I'll see it when I see it. I'm like, you'll see it that weekend because I don't know that I'll be able to keep my mouth shut around you.
Okay. So you bought it to avoid spoilers.
I bought it because I want to.
Like,
I want to see it, and it. But the thing is, like, I live in Iowa, and like The Last Jedi was like at like 40% capacity on opening night.
yeah.
So I don't know what that means for this movie. So we'll have to see.
Okay.
But yeah, so like all of those like reserved theaters, like that I think is why it was like such a mad dash. Was because everyone's afraid of like, you know, oh, I'm gonna have to sit in a bad seat or all that kind of stuff. Just like
Endgame tickets.
yeah, we just don't have that. I don't have that luxury because we don't have theaters that in my immediate area that are that way where you have to pick a seat.
And are you considering opening day Thursday night or actually on Friday?
I'm going Thursday night. Like there's that too. It's like, and the first showing is 6 p.m.
What time is your showing?
Well, isn't it like 3 hours long?
It is 3 hours long. 7:55 is my showing.
Okay. Because my brother once got in trouble because of the theater. This was bizarre, but he showed up 24 hours early for one of the Star Wars movies because the ticket said, I'm going to make up the day, May 1st at 12:15 a.m. And so he showed up on May 1st, 12:15 a.m. and the theater was empty. And they're like, no, the ticket price is the ticket date on the ticket is like the day, you know, the business day before. And he's like, well, this is May 1st. What you're talking about was May 2nd. And they're like, well, I'm sorry. That's how we do our tickets. No, I thought that was a very bizarre set of circumstances. So I wanted to, I'm always worried about that now when I get a midnight showing. It's like, well.
Yeah. So my showing is at 7:55.
So you're safe.
PM. So I'm good.
Very good.
Yeah.
But how can this be? I mean, so effectively the movie is coming out on Thursday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like they used to do the midnight showings.
It would be a formal midnight, like at midnight.
Yes, that way they could claim it was actually technically Friday and they weren't breaking any release dates. But now they just give up on that charade and just say, we'll just show it Thursday night.
So I think, well, I mean, you even see this with like game releases now, right? Like,
yes,
the Pacific time zone, you can actually get the game when it's Eastern time, midnight.
Yeah.
Hello.
And so that, you know, I think that's very similar. I'm not sure what the criteria is for movies. Like if it has to be like the movie has to end after the theater would be closed. I'm not sure if that's what it is or if there's some kind of
PM Central.
Yeah.
It's only 3 hours. That's still, you're only an hour off of Eastern time. So you're still not ending at midnight.
Right.
Right. So there's something, they've pulled it in more than that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Cause even with trailers, it'll push it to like they're probably 20 minutes trailers. I don't doubt it. So they'll probably
6:30 plus 3 hours. That's 9:30 p.m. Central. That's only 10:30 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
When the movie would end, right?
Yeah. So I'm not sure what the criteria is there.
Yeah. They just loosening it up because they know probably they can still sell a bunch of tickets on it, right?
Yeah. I mean, it boosts
weekend.
It boosts opening weekend by giving you extra, because technically those count toward it. Yeah. It's weird.
It's all a game. Anyway, enjoy the movie.
I mean, it's like Black Friday. It eventually will just have movies coming out on Sunday night.
Black Friday is now a week long. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It might as well be a month long, because then you get
biggest
Cyber Monday.
Well,
biggest opening weekend ever.
Cyber Week.
Yeah.
And then I swear they did something after Cyber Week.
Yeah.
It was just like sales for.
Well, then there's there's Small Business Saturday, and then there's everyone's got to get their piece.
You're absolutely right. Anyway, all right. Well, I don't think we're going to watch all the Marvel movies before that one comes out, but
just watch them at 2 speed. You can do it.
I'd be content if I got to see Captain Marvel before that came out.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen that either, so
yeah,
it's another one.
The assigned seating is something that the theater near me, the only theater near me, is doing now on the newer movies, and it's like, I don't want to deal with this. I want to just go see the damn movie.
I would just hate to walk in and have it be dark in there, and then have to go get somebody because somebody won't get out of the seat, right? Like
I'd just sit elsewhere.
That hasn't that hasn't happened to me yet, and we've had it for a couple years now. But I do miss just showing up to the movie. I guess like I would say like probably I would always go probably 20 minutes prior, like on a big movie to the theater. I used to let's go, and I can still get a good seat. Now I have to worry about the good seats selling out instantly. It's like today.
which is what was happening today, and I think that's why there was such this stampede to get tickets.
It was very much was. I just got to the gym today, and I was at the top step, and I checked Twitter, and I saw the alert saying on sale now, and I'm like, shit. So I went right down to my locker, and I've got my wallet out, and then I started combing Fandango, and I went through 6 different theaters, and I eventually found a 3D showing, which I normally don't opt for 3D. And I found it actually had good seats available. So at 8 o'clock showing. So I was like, I'll just take this. And then I went back and checked a couple hours later, and it's sold out, completely sold out. So it's like, I found one basically that wasn't touched basically at a normal time. Otherwise I would be having, because right now I could probably still get good seats for after a 10 o'clock showing, but anytime from like 5 o'clock, because there's like some fan event ones, and from my understanding, the fan events ones are you get like special cups and merch. I don't know, but it's like $24 for the ticket. But with my student discount,
I'm curious to see if the one that I was scheduled for is sold out now.
but the what do you call it? The I don't know. I'm just happy I have my seats. I don't have to worry about it.
See, that's the thing.
Okay,
I
Friday
still need to
afternoon.
show up to get there because I have general admission, but you know, I'll be getting there for the second showing of all of them, and it's not a 3D one either. So,
well, what I thought was funny is my buddy's wife was texting me at noon today saying like, "Did you get the tickets? I hope to God you got the tickets." And I was like, "I got the tickets. Don't worry about it. So we're good." Because we got her hooked into it too. So now she's been roped in. So you know, like, good times.
That's the best. That's your best plan of action right there, though. Nothing can go wrong when you get the wife involved.
Yeah.
Bill
Right.
said, "I will wait to see it until all these nerds disperse," and I generally agree.
Don't worry, we'll just spoil it opening night on Twitter for everyone.
well, that's
so.
the thing. Like they did all the like no context spoilers. Like Twitter like had a ton of that of like people like. I should probably not say it because it's still a spoiler if somebody hasn't seen Infinity War for a year, but like, you know, showing particles of things floating away.
That's like part of pop culture now, though. It's been like it's been
Yeah, that
referenced.
became a meme like within a few days, and I'm like, what the hell is this meme everybody's doing?
Yeah.
See, and that's the importance of seeing it early, right?
I don't know. Or
Shut off the outside world.
Twitter.
Shut
Just
off
see
the
it Friday afternoon.
In fact, Melissa was saying the other day we're already going to start muting words.
I've been doing that.
Yeah, I've been
It's
doing
almost
that too.
time to mute. Once the Star Wars trailer comes out, then I think it's time to turn on the Star Wars mute because I just don't want to hear it. I want to see the trailer. I want to see all of that, but
I'm not even worried about spoilers for Star Wars. I just don't want to hear people talk about it anymore.
I'm muting for the spoilers. I'm muting because I'm sick of it. Yeah.
Yeah, muting is the assholes who just
it brings out the nastiest people. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like I don't care if you don't like the movie. Just don't actively be a dick about it.
Yeah.
Like it became cool to shit on Star Wars in 1999, and no one stopped. Midichlorians are good. Eat my ass.
I blame the Russian bot farms, but there's other things that we can point at them for too. But because apparently that's what they were like. There was a story
Some
about
of
that,
it,
right?
Some of it. Of course, they took that and it's like, oh, they just think we're all Russian bots now. And it's like, whoa, only Sith steal in absolutes. Calm down, buddy.
Yeah.
I still like the one that is like, okay, this is it, boycott. They decided to do was Solo, the only one with a white male lead.
Well, they won though, right? They won with the boycott.
There are dozens of us. Dozens! It has nothing to do with the poorly planned release date or bad marketing. Stupid people.
So, Musty, how far are you?
In
Your Marvel reviewing, are you still doing that?
yeah, we are. It's been a couple weekends, and he's been so into watching Ninjago that has been kind of every free moment for right now. But we are up to Ant-Man.
How are you watching these? Do you own them all?
No, we've been renting them. I mean, I've been getting them off of
Like digital rentals?
Prime. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like there've been a few I've gone to the like family video for.
Some of them are on it.
Some of them are on Netflix, but we haven't really gotten to that yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the newer ones.
Yeah.
How's the ranking going, Ryan? Are people vote? Is he still in?
Yeah, I'm still in.
I'm not looking at the screen. Sorry. How's the ranking going? I looked at it today. I'm like, this is too overwhelming. I can't.
I just can't rank shit. I just can't do it.
There's like 20 some movies, right?
Yeah, 21.
How many people have you got in there? Can you tell me how many submissions you've gotten?
Let me
That's
pull up
private.
the whole list here.
It's main conversation.
Sure.
The nice thing is the thing will actually like if you pick a 1, then it shuffles everything else down, right? Is that right, Ryan?
Yep. So I have 8 submissions right now.
It's foolproof.
It's foolproof. I'll see about that. All right. Well, we're on Captain America: Winter Soldier. We still haven't finished this. So let's maybe try to get to that tonight. I want to get this Cowlitz video done though too. So
reminds me, I finally watched Ant-Man and the Wasp a week or 2 ago.
Yeah.
It took me that long to get to it. It was good. It was fine.
Yeah, I like Paul Rudd well enough.
It's a fun movie, but it's like one of those ones where it's like that's fairly disposable in terms of the Marvel films. Like I'd rank it fairly low if I had to rank them. Not because it's bad, just because it's not impressive like the other ones are. A lot of the other ones.
Yeah, it's pretty much a standalone.
Yeah, except for like the post-credit thing, but that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
I haven't seen it yet, so I do want to see that before before we.
It's still on Netflix, isn't it?
Yeah, at least in Canada.
Well, the thing is, like with introducing him, like I totally could just commit a night to watching it myself, but I've been like slowly working our way through all of these with him, and so part of me is like I should just
stay the course.
Yeah, right. Like otherwise, I'm gonna have to rewatch it anyways because that's just how things work.
Yeah, and that one's not really worth the time to rewatch. Honestly, it's not bad. It's just there are better things to do than watch that again. I'll tell you, this is how much it matters to like watch the actual film before you watch the end credit sequence that ties into Endgame. Is like if you've seen a trailer for that movie, you kind of get the gist of who's going to be in it, or if you've just seen the cast list. So like, there's one person that you would get like a mild spoiler, just because like you know they're going to be in the movie if you've looked at the film at all. You see one person.
In Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Yeah, in the post credits, like there's one person that is in that end credit scene that was not in the previous film. But if you've seen the marketing at all for Ant-Man and Wasp, you know exactly who it is.
See, I'm blanking, so I'm
okay, but it's so inconsequential if you are just aware of the film that I looked the post credit thing up way before I saw the film.
Is it the Wasp?
It is a wasp.
Okay, I'm gonna stop before you tell me something I don't want to hear.
No, that's fine. It's like you just watched Ant-Man. You can kind of connect the dot.
Well, I haven't just watched Ant-Man. Ant-Man's up next.
Oh, never mind.
Forget everything.
No, well, you'll be able to connect that dot fairly easy. But basically, the end credit scene is just how he is in Endgame. Like, the circumstances that led him to be able to be in the movie and not dead. You've never seen Ant-Man?
I saw it once.
Okay.
The more that you talk about it, the more like I don't know if you're actually gonna.
Are we talking about the same movie?
I don't know.
If you saw it, you'd know what I meant. It's just kind of one of those things.
I don't remember.
I think it's my comic brain being like, this is common knowledge. Ryan rejoined, heard me say comics, and left.
We'll just go with technical difficulties.
Yeah, I know. There you go. hopefully. Are you
And
back,
we're
Ryan?
back.
Now we can't hear him. Son of a.
All right, this is getting boring.
Huh?
Sorry, not
What-
to chat.
What's boring?
Not to hang out. I'm doing my database. I'm doing my spreadsheet.
Sure.
Yeah.
I am. That's why I'm not really I'm listening to you guys, but I don't know what's going
Wow,
on.
this is boring.
No.
Well, this is getting boring.
I'm-
For you too.
Oh, was I muted? Oh no.
All right, sorry, folks. I do really mean entering the stuff from Cowlitz into the spreadsheet. It's
I need to distract something to distract me from these friggin' nerds.
you guys have heard me typing, maybe, right? I mean, I'm not lying. These friggin' nerds. Oh crap! I'm not a mute.
Oh.
I don't want to do any more of this entry right now.
To keep on movies briefly, I swear I don't intend to go off on a huge tangent. It just might go that way because that's what happens. Any update on like your son watching more Star Wars stuff, or like any update since you tried New Hope?
We did New Hope.
Yeah, I know. But since then,
no.
Okay.
Just because the timing hasn't worked out. We've had a couple of like Friday nights. Like we would normally watch them like Friday or Saturday, and so those were nights that we've been doing other things. And so we still plan to. I kind of want to just get him through the Marvel stuff and maybe get current. The thing is, like, I don't know if he can handle a 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
Especially not in the theater. Like he was getting restless during Captain Marvel, so I don't know.
Yeah.
We'd have to see.
Yeah, just since we were talking about movies, I figured I'd ask.
Yeah. But no, we are definitely going to. The timing.
Yeah.
The timing isn't. There wasn't such a big because I just want to rewatch the Marvel movies. Like that's almost as much for me as it is for him. Just because some of these I have only seen one time. I've only seen Ant-Man once, and there's parts of it that I just don't remember much of it for some reason, which might just speak to the. All I hear is people are like,
Hello?
It's fun.
Hey.
Hello.
Nope, can't hear Musty.
What?
All right, well, I'm
Can you hear
done with
me?
this. Yeah, I can hear you. I'm done with this shit for tonight, so
Yeah.
I'll talk to you
If
guys
you can
later.
only hear me, it is justifiable to leave.
Yep.
Good night, Ryan.
All right, guys. I've tried.
Bye.
Have a good one.
I gotta
Yep.
figure this out. I
Better
can't
luck next
stand
week.
this anymore. Yep.
Ryan's mic
See you later.
stinks.
Jeez.
Poor Ryan.
His
Oh, I
mic
feel
stinks
bad.
and he can't stand it.
That doesn't make any sense. I don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's Google Hangouts. Nothing makes any sense.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
I was going to ask, what happens when this all goes away?
What?
Hangouts.
Are they
Is
getting rid of
apparently-
Hangouts?
Apparently, there's a timeline that says like October. This is what somebody said to me.
Well, maybe there's some way to do it through Skype and stream that.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's YouTube streaming, but I don't know if you can get multiple people in that.
Yeah, that's the tough part. Is unless there's some other way to video the video conference part is the
key.
Yeah.
There's an alternative I thought of, but it would be much more limited. Is we could just do it through Discord. I don't know if you can do multiple video feeds in that, but it would be private rather than being on YouTube and being rewatchable, but it would still just serve the same purpose.
Yeah, I see what you mean there.
And it would skip the troll risk.
Yeah.
You can do multiple people in Discord, but I don't know what limit it has.
Mhm.
If it's like 4 or something like that.
It doesn't even necessarily have to be video. We can just chill in the voice chat, but that would take elements away from what we've been doing with this.
Right.
Yeah.
Check out the label on this cart.
Oh, here, wait, let me post it.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you can do that, but Steven just says, yeah, live stream a Skype group call. Because nothing ever goes wrong with Skype.
Well, I mean,
I see people do it on Twitch. I'm not sure how they're doing it, but I do see like people get in there and have a multi-chat going on.
yeah, I mean, they do it. They do them as actual like podcast, but not in the same room type of deal.
Mm. Maybe we could do stuff on Twitch if we can figure out a streaming method.
Yeah, just something that's still joinable, because that's the tough part. Like, I don't want this to turn into like an invite only deal, right?
Yeah, which is why I suggested Discord in the past, because it's just like it's not invite only, but anyone that's in the Cartridge Club just has to join the Discord and they can get in. Like, you have to be invited to the Discord, but most people are already in there anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that like controlling. It's not that segmented.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure out a method.
Just I'm not something that we need to like figure out immediately, but it was just I had heard somebody say it. I was just like, oh, well, with that in mind, maybe we should make sure we have a eventual plan for something like that.
And Phil says he thought YouTube was going to roll out something to replace it.
I mean, they'd almost have to, right? Like there are like presences that depend on the use of Hangouts on air, right?
Yeah. Thing is, whenever YouTube replaces anything, it's usually never good. So we might end up using something else anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I still haven't used the new YouTube Studio because I have no idea how to get the Hangouts through it.
Because they haven't built it. Like, new YouTube Studio depends on a link back to old YouTube Studio for a live stream of any kind.
God.
So Stadia is going to be a great success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're trying to tout. Like that's why, and this is weird to drum this back up, because I know that we've talked about this on more than one occasion before, but when you hear them talk about like, oh, here's how we're going to make it so much easier for you to interact with your audience, blah, 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 blah. Keyword, keyword, keyword. Like, and then at the same time, I know what this is and that it's a pain and everybody complains about it. Like,
yeah.
It's just strange that that's what their long-term solution is or their long-term, like, of all the stuff in that announcement, like all of those features, I feel like are the thing that become equivalent to Xbox talking about DRM stuff. Like, they might get it eventually, but I just don't see it. I don't see it happening early on.
Yeah. I think what we can all agree on as far as the Hangouts go is we will have used to have been with it, but then they'll have changed what it was, and we will no longer be with it, and we don't like it.
Yes.
It'll be our turn.
Changed what it was.
Bring back the forums. Just, what's this Discord thing?
Where's MySpace?
Oh,
I haven't gotten my... I sent my invite back in the mail, and I haven't gotten a response.
It's my rebate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to jump out.
Okay.
I'm going to work on Owaz's thing I'm working on for him, and then stream some Zelda later.
Later? Jeez. You guys are night owls.
Yeah, dude, I stay up late, man. I don't I don't sleep very good right now.
Yeah.
My boss did call me though from my forestry job. He wants me to interview for the lead position down there. this season, so
Oh, nice.
that'll be good.
Yeah.
Then I leave for my Nature Conservancy stuff here in a couple weeks. I'm ready to get the hell out of here and go get out in the woods for a while.
Wow.
Get away from all this.
Get away from all you assholes.
See? I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right. Good night, man.
Take
Yeah.
one step and do the Mario.
Swing your arms from side to side. Oh.
How long have we been going?
Not
that
for
I'm-
you, it sounds like
not-
long enough.
Not that I'm desperate to end. I've been tired the whole damn time. I'm fine. I'm just happy to be here. It says 2 hours on the thing, but it just generally stops counting after that.
Well, it's almost midnight here.
Probably around 6:40 or 6:50 started my time. So
Well, I wish Hangouts started at that time, but I
Yeah.
could. There's no way I could join them at that point either.
Yeah, that's true too.
I mean, time zone differences.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But I could start them earlier.
Well,
I
no,
just-
then you'd have the Paul thing where it's just like,
it's just the fridge and no one else.
right.
Okay.
But I've been curious, like, what people want out of the Hangouts. Like, if I should change anything, just because it's been a while since we did. So, like, if anyone has feedback on like different days or times they would like it to happen at, throw that out. You're doing streams like the days around it
Yeah.
now, which has kind of stopped my I'll just move it to Wednesday excuse for like when things aren't working.
Well, I mean, you
But,
do.
Yeah, I can still do it.
Do what you got to do, right? Like,
Yeah. Everyone will just be watching you instead.
well, not necessarily.
No, I know. I'm just carrying on the theme.
Not everyone showed up yesterday. There were more people today who were like, "Did you stream last night?" than people who watched it that I knew.
They just need to get squad streaming squared away for more people.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're doing it just for
Partners right now.
partners. That's smart, I think. But to those who aren't aware, squad streaming allows, like, if we were playing Anthem, as an example, then we could all be streaming our own feed, and it like consolidates it into one that you can like switch between live. I think, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like an authorized multi-Twitch.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I want to see what P1's doing right in this moment, but they're all synced up, and
You can see all of them at the same time, but you focus on one and the others are in the lower part of the screen.
That sounds familiar.
Mixer did it. It's co-streaming is what Mixer did, but I'm not sure whatever happened to that. I don't pay attention to Mixer streaming. Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm going to go to it
You wanna
too.
go to?
It's about the time I usually sign off. Anyway, I think the Hangouts are great, Fitnet. I wouldn't change a thing. That's my feedback. Date and time works for me is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm more curious about the other people that take an hour to join.
Well, yeah, I mean, okay, so yeah, you started at 6 or something. I usually can't start until after
Yeah.
7 or 8.
Which is fine.
I'm on the same time zone as you, but I work till 6 and then the kids and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
But-
Yeah, it's not that everyone has to join immediately.
Yeah.
It's like,
Started getting more than usual recently.
all right, folks, have a good week. I'll see you next week.
That's
Bye.
it.
I will see.
See ya. My thing with the time is I stream Monday through Friday, and a lot of times if I come to the Hangouts, I just don't stream. And so today I streamed early and then ended early, and so I could come in.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, because I've also thought about just, you know what, I won't stream on Tuesdays and it can be my day off. I can catch up on other people's streams. I can do the Hangout.
Having a day off wouldn't hurt
No,
in general.
it would not. Even though it's just a hobby, it's
Yeah.
2+ hours Monday through Friday, sometimes on Saturday, and yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit much. Even if you enjoy it, it gets a little much.
Well, it's my streaming is pretty much my gaming, and so if I don't stream, I don't play anything.
There's that too.
But there's only so many hours in the day, and you know, it's after the Munchkin's gone to bed, and usually the missus is left for work is when I do it.
Catherine said I would just block Eric from the Hangout, and then it would be perfect.
Man. Brutality. Send. What is that? Not sure what these guys are talking about.
Ugh.
I find the
Zen.
lack of context disturbing.
Good time to end the STC pod run is what he says. Because they use Hangouts.
I think Hangouts is migrating to something else in the Google family that they've got going. They've got Google Meetings and Google something else. I forget what it was called. Team or something or other. And so
it's their business solutions that they'll then retrofit into a YouTube thing. And then so YouTubers will be like, this isn't good enough. Because why not complain about everything?
I mean, regards to YouTube stuff, kind of justified.
No,
Most
you're
of the
right. I
time.
mean, yeah, there's they've been beta testing that thing for quite some time. Ooh, what is this? Masterwork marksman rifle.
Something shiny distraction.
Yeah, sorry. No, the design on it's cool looking. I might try that one out.
what?
Yeah. I mean, whatever. I mean, they can't just strip it entirely.
Yeah. Well, they can, and you never know what they'll actually do. That's the thing. So having a plan B and C, not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean the other idea would I'm just off the top of my head, right? You pick somebody who is like Twitch streaming, and then feed the Discord into that. That way, the discussion can still happen.
In what way? Like, how would you feed that in? I'm not sure what
You can. So I could pull up Discord right now and feed that audio in to my stream if I wanted to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just have it capture all the desktop sound and.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what it is. You just create a source, like because like if you I don't know if you watched when Josh had P1 or P2 on as part of his stream for Extra Life. No, not for Extra. It might have been for Extra Life, or it might have been for Kevin's deal last year. But obviously they aren't in the same place, so they just they created a Discord voice channel, and then Josh fed that in. The thing is that then P2 was then watching it as well with the audio off, so he was hearing or he was seeing what Josh was doing seconds later, although talking with him live.
Yeah, that's awkward.
It can be.
Yeah.
Well, it's it's like do the Google Hangout, but if you and watch it on YouTube, and then you'd see the motions and everything after the discussion.
Yeah. Another thing with the Hangouts is just a minor annoyance for when I started up. They have stopped allowing you to pause your own stream prior to it starting. So I always have to say, hey, welcome to the Hangout, and then wait a second, and then mute myself so I don't hear myself. So, hey, welcome to the Hangout. And this is like, it's just this minor annoyance that I have to be on guard every single time I start it up.
Gotcha.
You, depending on the browser, you might could mute the tab.
That's a thing. I should check that out. That would solve my problem. Thank you. Where were you before I started this?
I was playing Dick Tracy.
Smart decision. Yeah, we can workshop other streaming solutions as it comes closer to that switch over.
Yeah.
If they're not going to put something that would work the same way out.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not suggesting that we have to figure.
Yeah, no.
We'll find a way to make it work.
Yeah, it's just like it would be better to like start throwing ideas at the wall casually now every once in a while rather than try to figure it out like a week before it happens.
Just like when they took away all our hats, right?
Yeah.
Hats.
You used to be able. There were the Hangout like toolbox had like these like face filter things, so like it would find the top of your head and throw a hat on it, or you could make the background disappear and like be on like a desert island or something.
Yeah, if you thought it was unfocused and unstructured now.
Oh, it was
Jesus
ridiculous.
Christ. It was bad. Like, it was fun, but it was bad in a way, too. It was like every 10 minutes someone would like just halt the conversation because they had a dog face on, and we'd do like birthday cakes and like sound effects and start like drawing on the screen, and everything would derail. And it's like, well, meanwhile, back to an hour ago, let's continue our topic.
Yeah.
So it was like the what was it? The Wii U chat program.
Miiverse. A Picto Chat. Yeah.
That's DS, isn't it?
That's DS.
Yeah, I forget what it was called for the Wii U, but it was interesting. You did the
I think it was
thing.
called Dead because no one used it.
I just used it to talk to my basically my nieces and nephews because they thought it was fun because they could draw on the screens, and we'd play tic-tac-toe.
That sounds
about like what
exactly
you could do with it.
on brand for what they were trying to do. Oh. Yeah, so are we done?
You guys are.
I think it's cool to end it there.
We're all tired or distracted at this point.
Yeah.
So. And I was tired and distracted when I started the thing. So. Okay. Yeah. Unless there's any other forthcoming topics that you want to go over before I end it.
None that are jumping out to me in the moment, because I really just don't want to talk about that Kotaku article today. But
I didn't read it, so I can't get into it.
I read most of it, and it.
In regards to Frostbite, I already had my suspicions.
Oh,
because I read Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, and I read his thing on read the thing on Dragon Age Inquisition, and I read the thing on Andromeda. I'm like, my God, they like once they started using Frostbite, they were just screwed. They were done because nothing other than Dragon Age Inquisition, which was almost a fluke. Not any disrespect to that game, but it's like they got lucky on the first shot, and then the next two just were like. Just hard freaking flop, just in terms of reception.
Frostbite is a first-person shooter engine.
Yeah, like Did you read Blood, Sweat, and Pixels?
I did not. No.
Okay, like I will just say one thing. You should read the book because it's entertaining. But just one section from the Dragon Age section of it is they were talking about how it was linked, like the progress of the engine was linked to their servers for updates, but they had to rewrite their own code in order to make it work for the game because it was programmed for first-person shooters. So they had to rewrite it every time it was updated in order to work for RPGs again. And DICE kept reworking it for their shooters. So it kept defaulting back to shooter setup, and they had to rewrite it every time.
Yuck. That's gross.
They had to rewrite the tools every single time DICE updated the software. It's just like they were completely fucked. And they had to do that with Andromeda, and they did that with Anthem. So it's like, what were they expected to do?
Yeah, that's no good. That's not good at all.
They've literally, for their last 3 games, been asked to put the freaking round peg in the square hole every freaking time, or the square peg in the round hole. I'm tired. Anyway, you know what I mean. Just make something work that's not supposed to work. And I think that kind of goes across a lot of EA stuff, like from the last few years. Like they took a hard dive in quality.
Yeah, well, and
Frostbite went kind of across the board.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what they were getting at with the article, and
it's almost like it's a pattern or something.
Well, I mean, part of it is the fact that all these devs are like, we just want to use Unreal, but your company is trying to save so much money on licensing costs, yet you're making it so much more difficult for
the games to be good.
For the games that are outside of your, which is funny because Apex is not on Frostbite.
Huh. No wonder it's good.
It's interesting. It's wild. But like the FIFA and Madden, those are fine. Those seem to be fine.
They can pretty much copy and paste those at this point. They've got it down.
Yeah, you're right. Here's some new textures.
Yeah. I don't mean to say like they're the exact same game. I just mean that they are so used to the formula of making it. It's easy to get it set up to, here's the status quo, what can we do with it?
Yeah.
And they're just like, that team is probably so ingrained, like, okay, well, we have to set this up and this up and this up, and we're ready to go.
Well, there was something in the Anthem article about them pulling the Frostbite people, like the ones who knew Frostbite, off for FIFA. Like pulling him out of Anthem for FIFA, on top of all this other stuff, right? So,
God.
Yeah. So he's got 19 like anonymous accounts of people who are, going open kimono on what's actually going on with BioWare itself and the mismanagement and stuff like that. And it's a long read, whether you care or not. It's worth looking at. But
yeah, it's interesting.
I was talking with Sean about it. I'm like I don't know what to take of this. Like, does this mean I can't enjoy the game anymore? Like what am I supposed to do with this? And his comment was, no, if you enjoy the game, continue to play it, because the people who are putting in the time to make this game deserve.
Yeah, especially going through all that shit, they deserve praise for what actually ended up working despite the company.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things where it comes back to like the Star Wars thing and like just people's just getting freaked out about everything. It's like, it's fine to be critical of the thing you like. And it's healthy to be critical of the thing you like in a constructive manner. Let these companies know what you do and do not like, and don't be a dick about it so they actually listen to you.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll take that feedback and probably do something with it.
Right.
Like, yeah. If EA gets enough feedback that people are cluing in, like Frostbite is screwing over these games and ruining the reputations of these devs despite them doing the best they can possibly do in a stupid circumstance, maybe they'll stop making them use Frostbite.
Yeah.
Especially since the only one that didn't use Frostbite is the only one they've released in years that hasn't gotten shit on.
Yeah. It's pretty wild. They were talking about, because this is the same team that did Dragon Age 3. And they were hoping, there were people who said that they hoped that that game failed because of the practices in like crunch and massive overtime and stuff like that to get that game out the door. And so there were people who worked on that game who were hoping that it failed so that it was a lesson, but it didn't. It got Game of the Year recognition from people, and it got accolades, even though it might not have been wonderful. It like, because there were people asking for their game to fail, the one that they worked on.
Yeah, so they didn't have to keep doing that shit.
So that they could at least send a message that this isn't the way to make.
Yeah, exactly.
This doesn't work.
Yeah, like there's standardized tools, and then there's the wrong tools for the job. Like, I feel like video games in development should have better standardized tools for each individual genre. Like, so you have a better starting point whenever you're going for a particular thing, and then you work it to suit your means. But if you have a better starting point, most people that are just kind of going more of a simpler route will have less difficulty doing that from the jump.
Well, it's like most games use what Havoc is the physics engine.
Yeah, and like a lot of games use Unreal.
A lot of games use Unity. Yeah. But they use those because it's a tool set.
Yeah, it's like this is what I mean. Like, here are the general tools. Sorry to cut you off if I am. But like, here's the general tools if you want to make a racing game. Here's your starter kit. Here's if you want to make a shooter. Here's your starter kit. RPG starter kit. Like, here's the things that people that make RPGs generally use. Add to it as needed. Yeah.
Well, it's the NES Maker thing, right? It's the same concept. It's a tool set.
Or like Mario Maker. Yeah, just any of those. Like the Forge in Halo, for frick's sake.
Yeah. And they're rebuilding that whole engine, like the slip space engine, because they're running the engine that they ran even on Halo 5 is the same engine that they ran Combat Evolved on.
Huh.
Yeah. Same exact one. They've bolted things onto it. I listened to the Bonnie Ross interview on Unfiltered, IGN's show, where they do like an interview with like an industry personality. And she was talking about, the need to revamp the tool set and, to let them do what they want to do. They couldn't continue to
use the old tools.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, there's so much they can add on.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's like this weird Frankenstein thing to get it to what it is now. It's like, let's decide what things we actually want, and let's start with a clean new box to do that.
Yeah, take what they learn and make it better.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what was I think there was a thing with Valve using the same engine. I don't remember the name of it now.
Source?
Yeah, Source. Like, they used that for forever.
Yeah. They moved on from that, though, haven't they?
Yeah. I'm not sure. I thought of it, and I figured I'd bring it up, but I don't know where I was going to go with it. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you stick with what works, but I think EA was like...
They're not sticking with what works.
Tired.
They're sticking with what's cheap.
Exactly, yeah. We're tired of having to pay Epic for well, because technically Epic built the Unreal Engine, right?
Yeah.
We're tired of having to pay them, so let's just make our own, and we'll cobble together this thing.
Yeah.
Which apparently they said it is loaded with razor blades, is basically like that's the metaphor that was used, was that this game engine is loaded with razor blades. And yeah, it sounds like a nightmare. And I like the thing that I part of me kind of like in the back of my head goes like, because before it was like, oh, Anthem's what's going to kill BioWare. Anthem's going to kill BioWare. Anthem's going to kill BioWare. After this article, I feel like it's the way that BioWare is managed and the way that EA managed BioWare is what's going to kill BioWare.
Exactly.
And that it wasn't the game. And the game is just the scapegoat.
It's a victim of the circumstance.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's the thing that gets me with all these reactions is like, and I say like, be critical of the things. It's fine, just don't be a dick. But like, be a dick to EA because they're being a dick to their developers. It's just like people blame like, oh, what happened to BioWare? EA happened to BioWare. It's like, what, you're blaming the employees when it's the company that screwed up.
I'm sure EA came to them with like a blank check kind of mentality, and like as a dev, why would you turn that away?
Yeah, especially when you're owned by the company. It's like,
oh, well, we could self-publish. Well, we could self-publish, I guess, right?
Yeah, but
like the first Mass Effect is a Microsoft Studios game.
Huh. Forgot about that.
Yeah. And then Mass Effect 2 is when they shifted to EA, but that was before
Frostbite.
That was pre-Frostbite, yeah.
But you can look at EA's just release calendar from that point on. Like, look at all the games that people praised. None of them use Frostbite, except for maybe a few DICE games.
Yeah.
And it's like, as soon as they start using Frostbite, everything's like, this game got shat on, this game got shat on, this game got shat on. And it's like, they all use Frostbite. What's the common denominator here? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it's like, when people blame the developers for being a victim of circumstance in that way, that's when it annoys me. Like somehow they blamed Disney for Battlefront 2. It's like, you can look at that game and what they wanted to do, and you can see how they fucked up. Because like, I like the idea of the story. I read the tie-in novel, and that was better than the freaking game was, because they actually got to explore the characters in that. And then they do a complete safe direction with the main character in that that's contradictory to what they did in the freaking book. And then they have to hit every era of Star Wars ever because of marketing. So major events in these characters' lives happen off-screen. Like, I won't say who in the game, like, just to be as vague as I can, but it's like, there's literally a moment where they come back from a time skip, and it's like, as you know, we're married now. And it's like, what? We have a child at this point. Too bad no one got to see that relationship develop.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
Does it feel forced?
Sorry. I was legitimately,
no fun was
legitimately going to use that joke earlier when I brought up the Star Wars thing.
I didn't even realize until I said it.
Yeah, I was legitimately going to make that joke, and I decided against it.
I wasn't even trying to make that joke.
But I know, it's perfect, though. It was perfect, though.
I don't think we can top that. We should just cut this now.
No, yeah, we had our rant about EA. We can stop.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Yeah. Force quit. I didn't know that ability existed. Okay. Yeah, I ruined it. Bye. Okay. Yeah. Okay. See everyone next week.
Night. Later, guys.